Basically, I was looking to buy an investment property in my local area in Hendon, where I live. So I was looking online on the internet, and I could see a number of properties advertised. And I saw one particular property that caught my eye. It was advertised with two different agencies, one being Martin Gerrard and the other a larger sort of corporate chain. And first of all, my first thought was, well, which agent should I contact? That's what went through my mind. And then I also thought, well, let me have a look at both the listings. I looked at both the listings, and one of the things that struck me was that Martin Joah, I think, showed about 6 to 8 pictures of this property. I thought, great, I get a feel for this property. Their description was thorough, was informative. The other corporate agency, they only showed two pictures, which I thought, that tells me that there's stuff to hide about this property, because knowing how agents are, when there's something to show and to sing about a property, or they want to give the true picture, they will show pictures. In this case, they chose not to, the other corporate, so I thought, okay, not as helpful, so I don't get a real feel for what's going on in this property. So I thought, well, I like the independent as opposed to the large chain. You get a more personal service, and I'm in business myself, so I like to try and support smaller businesses as opposed to the sort of large corporates. So those are some of the reasons why I sort of chose Martin Joah to approach to look at and buy this property. I would say the three key attributes for an agent is being contactable and responsive in your dealings. For them to actually listen to what you're asking them for, and sort of when you raise questions or queries, getting answers to those things. Because as an investor, I'm quite discerning. I want to know information. I don't want to be sort of brushed aside and sort of glossed over with information which is not relevant. When I ask specific questions, you want those answers. And I felt with Paul Martin Gerrard, we got those answers when we asked specific questions about the property that we were purchasing. So those are two of the things. The third attribute, I would say, is just somebody, an organisation you can talk to that's friendly and helpful, you know, that know you, and you feel like you're building up a rapport and a relationship over that sort of period of the transaction, really. Yes, I would recommend Martin Joah to other people, absolutely, and I did, and I have recommended them to some family friends of ours. They had a property locally in Colindale. I recommend them that they speak to Paul Harwood, the branch manager. They met him. They'd met 4 other agents, and they met him, and they absolutely loved him to bits. They said he was a very nice chap, really got on well with him. He understood what they were looking for. He wasn't being pushy, he wasn't being aggressive. Our friends told us about how some agents had tried to get them to sign terms and conditions there and then, and they said Paul wasn't like that at all. He was very, very sort of relaxed and would work with the timescales that they wanted to work with. Which is reassuring to hear that, you know, my recommendation was a good recommendation, because obviously it's a reflection on me, and they were our friends, close friends, family friends. So yeah, one positive aspect and thing I found dealing with Paul Harwood at Hendon, the Hendon branch, was that he was able to sort of strike up a good rapport with you and build a good relationship with me as a buyer. So it would also give me a reassurance if I was looking to sell my property or sell another of my investment properties, that I could deal with an agent like him, who I could build a relationship and a rapport with, and who I could communicate with very, very easily. That's one of the things that, you know, at the end of the day, you want to be able to communicate with your agent easily in a friendly, sort of professional manner. And that's what I got dealing with Martin Gerrard.